again. I know I've been messing with my audio settings, so hopefully this suffices and we can have a good set. So I do have the draft live on the screen here. Once the host is ready, we can get the picks going, which I'm very excited about. I've actually never cast a live draft. I'm usually getting the tail end of it, so very very excited. Let me just put this in front of me so I am not looking to the other side. Hi, Behe. How you doing? Well, the thing is, the expert commentary is usually not coming from me. It's coming from the other casters that are, thinking, what civs are we picking? So we're all just gonna have a good time together, and we're gonna discuss are these, what thoughts do these players have behind the process? So how's it going, Lucky and Otter? Good luck to you. Thanks for stopping by. I mean, there was a lot of decision making that went into, every draft for every player. So Be Easy pulled a fast one on me. He said that he was going to pick Shoals no matter what, and he did not. So I was practicing Shoals for no reason, which was hilarious. Yes, I am ready for y'all to start. Thank you for dealing with the slow moving me this morning, but 3 minutes late is not too bad. Yes, yes. Everyone wish Otter good luck. He is obviously the other opponent in this set. So we wish him well. So obviously we have Otter from Germany. We have boOmstik from the U.S. So if that's how you're making your decisions on who you're rooting for, based on the country, there's some quick information for you. I will try to make this as unbiased as possible. I actually really like both players, and I am ready for a good deathmatch. We have Admiral Zhao. How's it going? GL Otter. GL dot Otter. All right, we have the immersion pick from Otter. So I have successfully dodged immersion in every single set I played. I don't know what that says about me. Um, Bad choices, I guess you could say. Maybe I should have. Maybe that would have helped. All right, we have the sunburn pick from boOmstik. So we're thinking aggressive, we're thinking fast. We got the Shoals ban and the Runestone ban. Okay, so Otter doesn't want the ordinary. So obviously that's left. We have Akare. We have hyper random. Will we see a hyper random pick? I don't know. Okay, we got Akare, which, as we know, has turned into Siege Fest, which, if you guys are unfamiliar with me, I love Siege. I love a Siege Civ. So, I know, Lucky. So, for anyone who doesn't, who didn't watch the amazing cast that Mojito Monday did yesterday of Otter versus Combridge, it was like a 2 TC start, and you're on opposite sides of the map. So you have to literally like command 2 bases while rushing. It was insane. So Otter, very brave for picking hyper random. And we have the admin pick of Fez. All right, all right, all right. So we got a really rushy map, a good siege map, an anything can happen map, an immersion, some water shenanigans. And Fez, I mean, the resources are everywhere. So you need to divide and conquer. Hey, Struckman, how's it going? Hey, Caddy Matt, welcome on in. I actually would love a 2 TC start, and I feel like there is a map that has one, but I cannot think of what it's called. Divide and conquer. All right. So now we have some civ picking. Hey Joe, hope everything went well at the doctor's. It's nice to see you. Honestly, there was this map called Lombardia. This is not two TCs, but it's like a team game map where both teams start really, really far from each other, and the teams are all really close together. And I loved that team map because you really have to build together and push together, and the corners are really important for market positioning. So I loved Lombardia. I'd love to see that again. Maybe. Maybe add two TCs. We'll see. Okay, so we're just waiting for the host to get ready, and now we can start making some good guesses on what to see from Otter and Mr. Boomstick. While we wait for that, I just want to pull the current settings up on the screen for you guys to see what Division Two is looking like. So Boomstick and Otter are currently 5 and 6, so this really is an important decider match to see, who is staying in Division Two, and the gameplay is obviously such high quality for all of these players. So I'm really excited. We're definitely going to see a really good set here. So these are the stakes. The stakes are high for every game, but I think especially for this one. All right. Is the host ready? Oh, hang on. I was like, something looks wrong about that. Okay, Otter just sent me the correct one. Okay, I was like, I think there's not enough admin bans. Okay, so the admin bans have spoken. And the admins. Okay, Otter actually tricked me and told me that the real admins of this tournament picked the bans before each set. And he's like, there ain't no way you believe that. But the admins have banned these civs here, so we won't be seeing Persians, Celts, Berbers, Slavs. Oh, my siege heart. We're not seeing Spanish. We're not seeing Mongols. Oh, this hurts. We're not seeing Koreans. No Saracens. No Bohemians. All right. I'll recover from this, I promise. Well, yeah, I guess Lombardia can kind of feel like DM Arena, but you know. Hey, nuclear pasta, how's it going? I don't know. There's players that like they won't do camels and they won't do siege, and I understand. Some players a lot more delicate than I am. They like the heavy cav archers. They like to, play with, you know, not mass destructive units. That's not me. I like my siege. I like my Mitchie games. All right, so I feel like I wish it would show me what civs we have left, but I am but a spectator. I mean, for those that know Boomstick and Otter, how upset do you think they would be about the the sadness of the siege right here? Yeah, I feel like these are what we. It's like all of the civs, not showing like just the ones that are green that we have left. What's smooch? All right, so the first two blind picks. Ooh, so I like these because we could see some mirror matchups, and the 2020 deathmatch player in me loves mirror. Okay, so it's the teal outline is the remaining. Nice. Thank you. So the Franks are still alive. So are the Huns and Burmese, which we might see. All right, so we have Jurchens and Bengalis and Tatars. We have Bengalis and Cumans. So of the remaining like siege civs, we got some Cumans. So we will hopefully see some siege onagers. That's probably an Akare pick. The mirror game's gonna be sniped. I don't know. I'm manifesting it, but I don't know, if I were these players, I personally did snipe Bengalis off my opponent yesterday. So if I'm looking at otters, I probably wouldn't want to go against an elephant civ. We have two ins. Okay, another strong classic pick. Thank you, Nuclear Pasta, for the follow. All right, Ethiopians. I love Ethiopians. They're versatile. I love a camel sieve, Shoto warriors, really good raiding units. What map do we think Otter might be wanting to use Ethiopians on? All right, which tab was it? It was this one. It's like the farthest tab. Okay. Okay, so we actually have to think about which one he's going to be doing for immersion. All right, we have Huns. Okay, so Huns are in the mix. He used them on Akare last set. Okay, I'm like trying to piece everything together, and there's been so many games that I've played and I've watched. So, yeah, it's all melding together. Ooh, Japanese. So if I remember correctly, boOmstik is amazing at Japanese. So that'll be pretty cool. But I feel like, I don't know, back when I played Japanese, back in the day, we were allowed to make towers. And now we like can't do that. So I guess the meta have changed a little bit with them, with, how I like to play them. I know they'd hate to see boOmstik playing Japanese coming. That might be the snipe. Dravidians, okay. We're the Dravidian enjoyers. And hey, Zardis, how's it going? Just gotta adjust my chair, and I'm trying to think of. Okay, there we go. Which lever it was. Only the weak are afraid of towers. Are you calling the admins weak? All right, we have the Burmese. I felt like Otter would pick Burmese. That makes sense to me. Joe's like, everyone is weak. Only the strong survive deathmatch. All right, Vietnamese. So we do have some elephant options. Maybe a little bit of mind games. Because there's obviously one you won't actually be playing with, and one that will be sniped. So if you're boOmstik, what do you want to snipe? The Bengali, the Jurchens, the Ethiopian. Oh, 4 keeps. We love keeps. I actually, if I had to pick whose civs I want, I don't know. I think Huns might scare me a little bit. I'm trying to figure out which map I'd want to play them on. There's a hyper random, right? Yeah. I don't know. I've seen people pick Huns on hyper random and it just works out fine. But we have a Jurchens and a Bengali snipe. Okay, so it is Japanese on the board for boOmstik. So hopefully we do end up seeing that. All right. I want to do one of those cute little predictions. Let me figure it out. Who will win game 1? We got the Otter one. And we've got boOmstik. I think hyper random is really frustrating. I wanted something exciting when I went against Be Easy, and it was literally Runestones 2.0. And I didn't pick a Civ for Runestones 2.0. I picked a Shenanigan Civ. But there was a lot of bad picking for me, so we're just gonna not think about that. Okay, so they're probably about to start. They're just picking their civs and getting that show on the road. And it's gonna be Fez. Which I've seen all sorts of, strategies on Fez. I've done weird stuff on Fez. It really depends on, your decision of, do I want to put some sneaky boats on the water, go for relics? Do I want to go all in the middle and get the gold? I haven't seen many high level Fez games, so this is exciting. Huns are good because they are so fast at the start. If you are against Huns on Sunburn, that's a problem. But if you're against Huns on Runestones, it's survivable. As long as you can survive that initial rush. Hey, Daywalker, how's it going? No one has let me play Huns this entire tournament, and it's made me really sad. But yeah, I appreciate that. They're one of my favorite civs to play, and no one has allowed me the pleasure. Did this refresh? Okay, I think the game is starting. Okay. The game has disappeared. Otter did give me the code, though. Hopefully this doesn't put me in the lobby. Oh no, it's putting me in the lobby. I would not want to play against either. Save me from that. Yeah, I'm Brisolyn the Hunless. The new civs have been a little bit scary though. I definitely have been avoiding them. But to me, like, even Bohemians is new and scary. And the new rework of Koreans, like, that's a little bit tricky. I'm still not entirely sure what to do with them, with the rocket carts. You know, I did see some really good, I forgot which one it was, but the one that has the traction treb. I was watching some 1v1s last night, and someone picked whatever that civ was, and it was kind of fun. Let's see if this has decided to show up. I think if you put like the one in the URL helper, it like literally brings you to the game. Okay, excellent. But it didn't give me the capture age option, so now I'm gonna separately open capture age. And we have 2 minutes to figure it out, so I'm confident I can do this. Professional streamer or something of the matter. Hey, Lord Turfux, how's it going? Oh, 3 civs have traction trip. Okay, so like I literally didn't narrow it down at all. No one has paid. No one has put any points in the prediction, so you've got about 16 seconds if you want to get your points in. It should be at like the top of the screen. Get your points in. If you don't, I'm not going to encourage gambling, but it could be kind of fun to win some points. We got 10 points on boOmstik. Any points on Otter? Any points on boOmstik? Yeah, I don't know what happens to a prediction and I don't know how to end it, so I just thought it'd be cute and fun. And unfortunately, I'll probably forget I ever did that. So it seemed like we might have had an even split for boOmstik and Otter, so let's see some hype for both players. If you're a boOmstik fan, let's hear the boom. If you're an Otter fan, you know, Otters, they clap their hands. Let's see those claps. The points are just lost forever. Or you can just listen to Elevid's advice and just end it with slash prediction because that's logical. All right, so this should pop on over to capture age. If it doesn't, then I'm just gonna have to do some magic. Come on. So pause. Oh my gosh. Okay. Ta-da! Okay, it's on my stream, but I couldn't see it. Okay, so we have the Otter one and boOmstik. We are playing all 5. I just got us really quick at the 8-second mark, but that is no worries. We have Burmese versus Japanese, so let's get into it. If the audio is weird, let me know. I have not streamed in like a month or so. Alright, so if you're unfamiliar with Fez, it is quite far to the other side. We have some barracks opening and some stables for our Burmese players. We can have some halves and some elephants. For our Japanese, you know it, we're going to see some heavy cav archers. Will Otter pick off a Vil, or has everyone already been nice and cozy walled in? Alright, we have Boom Scout trying to pick off this Vil over here. We have 1 kill for Boom. Ooh, and the Scout battle has ended. Alright, so it seems like we've got some halves, and these are awesome halves. Just defending the front. It is very tough to go against an elephant civ. But with the combination of halves and heavy cav archers, enough build up here, they might have the people power to do it. So for military numbers, you know, boOmstik has a little bit more, but as we know, elephants in themselves, what does it take? 4 halberdiers to kill 1 elephant? They are strong and mighty. And we do have a castle here for just some protection. We will see those Aram by. Some sneaky heavy cav archers to the side to deny that gold. And halves positioned strongly in the middle here, just awaiting that initial rush. And Otter, some market movement, okay. So these heavy cav archers are going around the back, hoping to pick off some Vils. They might be able to get some here that are building this castle. But we do currently have 5 kills for Otter versus 1 from Boom. How's it going, No Shot Noah? Alright, so the pressure is on. boOmstik is hitting the gas pedal. We have 77 military units versus 36. So the question is, are we going to see these players going for the sides? Okay, we do have some quick movements here. Or are we just going to see a push down the middle, streaming units, and all in? That's what's so fun about this map. There are so many ways that you can play this that sometimes you don't even get to where the relics are. But it seems like Boom is ensuring that early securing on Otter's side of that gold. So he wants to make sure Otter does not get that gold. Alright, so soon we're going to be seeing the onagers rolling in, and we have the heavy scorpions. Is the audio okay? I feel like I've changed the game sound because I realized it was just like blaring in my ears. So just let me know what the mix is like from your end. We do have the early trebs. So boOmstik came with the aggression. He's here to keep pushing. What can these elephants do? We are about to see the fight happen. Can these Burmese elephants steamroll what Boom currently has, or will these onagers be the neutralizer? Ooh, he has onagers of his own. The best counter. Just get your own onagers. Thank you, Mojito. I appreciate that. All right, the elephants. In the words of my training partner, Eisenberg, the elephant doesn't care. The elephant marches on. They are pushing forward. They're taking down the halves, taking down the onagers, taking down the heavy cav archers, and Otter now has trebuchets of his own that he can now push back with. I do like this side movement here with Boom. You know, he has the gold secured here, he has this eco secured here, and in the middle. So this is actually dangerously close to Otter's eco. So he's rolling these trebs right on back. So Otter obviously does have the upper hand here with the military numbers and these tanky elephant friends. And with both having trebs, I feel like this is a very, very pivotal fight. So will Otter, you know, go for these castles and Boom be able to fight back with these amazing Japanese trebuchets? It seems like a very difficult push to stop. Alright, more expansion on the side. You know, in terms of gold, you know, Boom is really prioritizing being on the gold to replenish his supply because, you know, Japanese, there's heavy cav archers, the trebuchets, the onagers. But, you know, these elephants are marching on. We have a wall of trebuchets. We have 7 trebuchets have entered the chat, ready to attack the base. And he's also pushing back here with bombard cannons. So with a 16,000 gold unit army versus 9,000, almost 10,000, is this what Otter needs to close out the game? It's like he's like a wall of elephants, pushing, pushing, pushing. But boOmstik does have side expansion, so, you know, if you're flattening like a pancake, you know, he's got both sides that he's expanded to. And the scorpions. You know, scorpions can change everything. Difficult against onagers, but against elephants, scorpions, especially in Michi, have made such a big difference in numbers. You know, 17 is plenty. We have the mighty siege tower. That is, you know, can I hang out with you guys? Over here, I promise I won't bite. Alright, now has Otter decided to expand to the side? Yes, he has. Right next to a relic, right next to this massive gold pile, by the way. And he is fishing in the center. So we do have a forward castle here to assert dominance on the map. And yeah, Otter's having great siege control, and Boom is really using every tool in the toolbox right now to push back. He's, like I said, it's like he's pancaking, you're flattening it, and he's stretching to both sides. And it's keeping him in, he's able to push back. He has the numbers with 65 military units. So in order to push back here, Otter's got to take a beat and focus on getting the economy up to secure the gold units. And that's where we're going to be seeing the relics come into play. Hey, Be Easy, how's it going? Be Easy, for those of you that don't know, is a fantastic Fez player. He's been one of my favorites to watch on this map. You know, he's someone who's using every bit of that map. It's also funny streaming right now because normally I'd be at work, but I am off work today as it is a holiday in the US. I think they do too. I think because I actually forgot that Burmese had bombard cannon. It's very difficult because they counter this, all this. The Trebs, the Scorpions, the Onagers. Yeah, thank you. I'm happy to be streaming. I woke up feeling pretty well today and was like, you know, no one's casting the Otter one in boOmstik. You gotta count me in for that. So, this is scary. We're seeing a wall of 9 trebuchets. Not too many units to back it up. I assume because, you know, everyone is spread out around the map, all those halberdiers. But, you know, what Boom's probably going to do is do a, well, he can't afford a forward castle, but I do like these forward military productions here. Just make the walk a little shorter. Where are these Arumbai? Okay. I love seeing these units throwing their little darts. Alright, these onagers, can push back. These onagers can keep Otter in this. This siege tower's been chilling for far too long. He's like a spy. He's just collecting information. I think that, yeah, boOmstik's gonna push from this side now. He's like, there's a lot going on here. Let's take the party to this hill. And if, yeah, 9 Trevs on this hill, that's gonna do a lot of damage to the eco. And then he can just run in. Obviously there is this castle that's protecting the eco, but that is a massive hit to the farmers, the wood collectors. I don't know why I call them that, lumberjacks. But now we have 80 military units for Boom, 20 for Otter. But the eco is still going. They are still working. They are not bothered by the battle happening in front of them. Can Otter maintain this with the 120 villagers that he does have in his economy? Can Siege bring him back? Ah, no, the unprotected Siege. Okay, well, the Hussars might be able to take out 1 or 2 of the trebuchets, but that is unfortunate that these onagers were unprotected and right out of range of the castle. I actually don't know how to turn off the ranges. Is it Control Q? Oh gosh, I don't want to start clicking things on Capture Age and break it. But I really do want to turn off these range indicators. They're super annoying. Really unaesthetically pleasing. But I can look that up after the match. Okay, Otter's also taken this. There's so much juicy stone up here and the relics. So definitely I want to see a relic taken. I know Otter told me the exact hotkey and I'm like, I don't want to accidentally like delete the game. You know, we've come so far. But this push is definitely looking very difficult to start. We now have Boom raiding in the whatever corner you want to call this, the bottom half of the map with all the gold. So has put an end to that gold production, and these TCs are going down. And I fear this is looking fantastic for boOmstik going into game 1. All right, GG to both players for game 1. Wow. I mean, Otter, the KD was good. He had 500 kills, but it's that Japanese push. They had really similar resources collected. Wow. 5% for the idle eco. That's really impressive. Okay, also, I randomly put that Tarnished logo on the screen. I actually didn't know where it would end up, and it kind of worked out okay. So, I am glad about that. It wasn't blocking anyone's name. But that was a really back and forth one, and I'm pretty sure that this entire series will be really back and forth. So buckle up and be ready. Yeah, you can see it just flip flop, and then the Japanese just became unstoppable, right? Which is we thought boOmstik is Japanese. He's shining. Yeah, that military population there, that was scary. And then Otter pushed back, and then Boom pushed back, and it just went on from there. All right, I'm gonna be right back, and then we are gonna hop right into game 2. All right, having a moment. Okay, so I gotta end the prediction because then people get points. All right, choose the outcome. I like this because there were like zero stakes in this prediction. So those who selected boomstick, enjoy your points. We're gonna do a prediction for game two. So game two is gonna be interesting because uh, Otter gets to pick. So we're gonna have immersion or hyper random. And Otter has given me the lobby code because Otter is awesome. And Otter does it all. Okay, Elevate, I actually love this. So I hate gambling, but I will allow the predictions to happen. Everyone is capped at 10 points. I don't want to see anyone bet more than 10 points. You're all capped. You aren't actually, but like, let's just pretend you are. You're gonna choose who you think is gonna win the Otter. Who's gonna win the Otter? Who's gonna win game two? There is no Otter up for grabs here. Game two, we've got the Otter one and boomstick on an unknown map, and you guys are just gonna have to. I think you have like 10 minutes, so we should definitely know what the map is by then. Unless you want to go in guessing blind. I think we can actually see it in the lobby, and I can share that info. All right, yeah, the 10 points. See, I love that. Thank you for adhering to my made-up rules. And then I'm actually going to go into Capture Age and see if there's a use minimal UI. Show range circles. Okay. I still don't know what the hotkey is, but that's okay. Okay, it's hyper random. If that informs anyone's choices, the map is hyper random. Otter is playing as a Civ that I'll be showing on the screen, and boomstick is playing as a Civ that I'll be showing on the screen momentarily. Okay, this one we have Otter as the Vietnamese and boomstick as the Magyars on hyper random. So we have 10 points going for the Otter one. Anyone else want to put their 10 points on Otter or Boom? If you lose them, they're non-refundable. So I do apologize. All right, we got 20 on Boom. Okay. Where are the boomstick lovers in chat? In 35 seconds, we are going to get this party on the road, and I really hope that this hyper random is bananas. That it's the hyper random to end all hyper random. I don't want to see Runestones 2.0. I don't want to see boring map Runestones. I want to see wild. So in 10 seconds, it's going down. Apparently I can't cast predictions, so I am out of the guessing. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay, capture age. Here we are, everyone. We got boomstick versus the Otter one. Ooh, this hyper random's interesting. Magyars and Vietnamese. Wow, there is so much of this map. I feel like this is a massive map. There are tons of trees, tons of gold everywhere. This is like a resource collector's dream right here. So Magyars, we're going to be seeing some paladins coming out, some Magyar hussars. And of course, from Otter, we have, I guess, both started with the hero Babber. So this camel rider, I'm like, where did the camel come from? So yeah, they both started with the hero, and Otter is queuing up 61 halbs. Yeah, Boom does not have too much space to build, but it does seem like it is somewhat flat, and you can kind of build here. But it's not... I guess I don't know if this will end up being used, because the water is just such a small part that you can actually use. You can actually just build on this. You don't need to go water. So Otter's marching in, the counter to the paladins. Boom, you know, as you mentioned, Elevid, he will have to go out and expand, which he actually already is. He's moved on over here and is already building a castle to secure the gold here. This wood line, if that's what we want to call it. It feels like the entire map's a wood line. And we have our, early raids coming on in from boOmstik from the paladins. Oh, we have 3 monasteries, so we will see some relic collection and just passing. Alright, so Boom just cleaned up those initial halbs. Currently, Boom's base would be really difficult to raid. It's very well protected with these castles, with these units streaming out. It's such a bottleneck right here. And then Otter has so much space here, so much space for Boom to go in and raid on all sides. So that is going to make this a very challenging map for Otter. And Boom for expansion, which we actually are seeing fantastic expansion here. And a dock! Okay, so right next to this dock, we have a demolition ship from boOmstik. So, has he seen it? I'm sure he has. Alright, we have a forward push. We have 100 units from boOmstik. These 100 units, they are patrolling on in, seeing what villagers they can pick off, and the cavalry archers are the front line. So I know the siege will be coming in soon. There are trebs queued up. Alright, and that trebuchet will be taking down that dock. No water shenanigans. Okay, I was like, I just saw like a really dramatic explosion looking thing. That was the trebuchet. Okay, so we do have the elephants coming out. These elephants are taking a lot of damage. They are extremely tanky. They're taking so much arrow fire. I do like the onagers combined with the rattan archers. Really good composition here. Otter can hold the line, but he's being raided in the back. Over, you know, this is multiple raids are coming, and you know it's very difficult to keep these villagers alive when it's so open on both sides, and Boom has claimed all these golds. He's claiming the gold over here. He's hungry for the gold, hungry for the map control. Otter's monk is under attack. No! So the challenge here will be securing that gold. Because boOmstik has expanded so much throughout this map, and you know, I'm sure he'll be walking on over here to build that castle soon. I do like these bombard cannons. I feel like we didn't see the bombard cannons pushing in the previous game because the heavy cav archers were sniping them. I know, it is a tough map for Otter. You know, and it seems like we're not going to see any water aggression, which I probably wouldn't do any water either. This is a very important point in this map right now. We have the Magyar Hussars, which are so cheap to make and so good at sniping siege units. They are cleaning up every single one of those onagers, and I'm sure those bombard cannons will be next. Holy moly, that is a lot of value for these literal units that are... They only cost food to make, right? The Magyar Hussars? And they just took down how many bombard cannons and onagers? So great value for these units. 80 food. And he's still going. Okay, he just died. Thank you, Nuclear, for the stats. Appreciate that. Wow, okay, we have this paladin on the relic here, so really good securing these pivotal points on the map with the paladins. But there's a pushback happening right now, and conversions. Alright, we do like the Otter monk action. Big fan of that. I mean, he does have 3 monasteries back here, so might as well use them. And these onagers are actually doing a lot more damage. Actually, no, it's the rattan archers are doing a ton of damage. Let's go, rattan archers. It goes a long way to have a monk that heals your units. So how many relics do we have? Okay, so it is currently 1-to-1 for relics secured on the map. And it's a slow roll here. How are we thinking this fight is going to end up with the current resource distribution that both players have? Is it seeming like Otter does have a really good economy? You know, for the difficult map gen he's got, you know, soon he's going to run into some trouble here with these paladins, but, you know, with a couple units back to protect, it will just cause a initial torment getting to these gold piles. But boOmstik pushes on with the 5 trebuchets, these scary paladins. And I really do like where he's pushing because he's keeping this stone here for himself and he's pushing hard on that forward gold. And when you're playing in Deathmatch, the forward gold is so important for you to protect. If your enemy castles that forward gold, it is so hard to bounce back in the game. You know, obviously there is so much gold in this map, but I mean, that's yours. That was given to you and you want to protect it with everything you've got. Alright, the elephants have caused a bounce back. They are charging forward. And, oh, we got a monk carrying the relic. Alright, so we're gonna have relic number 2 coming in for Otter. And now it's a lull. It's the current decision of, do I have more than my opponent to push? And they are actually exactly even. 65 to 65 units. The gold composition is actually really similar too, and neither are fully pop capped. So if they go in right now, it is literally about who is microing their units. We have all these heavy cav archers and we have all these elephants backed by halbs. Go Otters! Got the Otter clap! How's it going, Griffin? I hope you're having a nice Monday. And does he have a little slight hill advantage here? Am I making that up? Engage! He's got to decide if he's engaging or not. Or if he's going to push back and let this castle take some aggression. Alright. It's like they're trying to both strategically use the hills. Okay, sorry. I was taking a drink and I didn't follow the heavy cav archers. Okay, if you see 45 heavy cav archers disappear into the fog of war, that's a scary sight. We currently have some Magyar Hussar raiding happening on the right side of the base, and they are destroying the wood lines here and protecting that gold. Boom decided at the start of that game that is his gold. He is not going to give it up. Alright, it's in the middle. Ooh, the addition of some scorpions. I do like the heavy scorpion ad from Magyars, just because, you know, the rattan archers, the halberdiers. But these Burmese elephants are cleaning up the siege. This is a good push from Otter. Is he committing to it, or is he regrouping? I think there's a lot going on in the back of the base here with these heavy cav archers. I mean, there were 45 and now there's 37. Griffin, the first map was boOmstik Japanese and Otter as Burmese. It was Fez and boOmstik took game 1. I just had to think about that for a lot. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was Burmese. There's so much going on in this series. All right. So being patient. Everyone always thinks deathmatch is so fast, but being patient is rewarded. And both players are being very patient here. They want this middle stone. They want to be able to castle this. Boom can't build a castle. Otter can't build a castle. So this stone will be the decider of who can drop a castle here on this hill. And these onagers, once they scoot up a little bit, could take this push to the next level. And Otter might be able to secure this gold for himself. Alright. We do have a castle on that hill, as I predicted. The guess of, you know, once you secure the point, you keep it. But these heavy cav archers back here are still a nuisance. They're going to equalize Otter's economy. You know, all these villagers over here. There are still some villagers garrisoned in the back from those raids. So, you know, if anything, not only did they get some kills, but they got some idle eco time too. And he's going back for more. So we do have two Trebs that are trying to take this castle down. Does Otter have the power to keep this castle afloat in the center? I think we gotta start repairing that castle. I think it stays. I think these Burmese elephants will take down these Trebs. Maybe not. Maybe not. Wow, and okay, we still have the cav archers. We know boOmstik's having so much fun with this. Hey Payu, welcome. Piyu, welcome to the stream. Alright, so Otter, that castle went down. I was wrong. Castle went down. The stone is being secured though, so that Otter might be able to do another castle. Boom does have enough stone for a castle, so it'll be very interesting to see where he decides to place that. Because now he's really enveloped this side of the map to secure the gold, and it seems like this might be the next place he goes. And if Boom keeps this control, he has all of this wood. They are called reeds, but he has all of this. All of this for the chopping. You can just build a TC right here, and that is so much wood to have in the game. And there is not much wood here. So this is a very dire point for Otter to bounce back. It's looking like maybe the elephant push ran out of steam, but we've seen incredible things happen in Deathmatch. And Boom has decided where his forward castle's going, right on this hill, securing his place in front of this stone pile, taking down this castle, getting full access to Otter's base. And Otter's building. Otter is still, you know, still expanding, still in this, trying to keep afloat. But this push is very difficult to stop without the onagers that were the really good neutralizers against these really delicate cav archers. Will we see maybe some stone being sold? Or will we be seeing the GG very shortly? Yeah, this Magyar Hussar, this hero Magyar Hussar with 3 HP is going to be denying that town center. I show. I don't know what he means by that. But Otter does call the GG, that is boOmstik 2-0. And I just noticed this statistic here. That's pretty cool. 182 elite Magyar Hussars were made from boOmstik. That is quite a lot. So for those who predicted boom, you are right. I'm going to close that. Thank you for those who participated. And yes, rip to your 10 points. But isn't it just, it's fine because it's only 10 points. 40 points go to Crazy Joe and Be Easy. The focused aggression was good. I think it was the map control was fantastic from boOmstik. And you can see that the military numbers, it was a little back and forth. A little bit of a yo-yo. But once Boom got the heavy cav archers rolling with the Magyar Hussar, it was really unstoppable. He had such a strong economy to support the production of those Hussar. Yeah, this was the big elephant push here. And it was really even, especially up until this point. But that map control took it to the next level. And those relics. The relics are really important too. Otter secured relics. Lost 10 points. How will I feed my family? I don't know. You feed your family with points? This is a very pleasing colors to look at. The blue and the yellow. All right, we need a win from Otter in the next one. Does the spinning wheel work? I mean, it could. I just don't know where the plugin is. Wait, okay. Yeah, now that we're calling them olives, I mean, if you feed your family with olives, that makes sense, right? Like, people eat olives. You could feed a whole family with them. Let me actually be a good person that casts and check off what we've done so far. Okay, so we had Vietnamese, Burmese, Magyars, and my mind, Japanese. Okay, there we go. Now I'm leaving to buy olives for the family. Be right back. So for the next one, Otter picks again, right? So he'll probably pick immersion. I feel like a lot of their good immersion picks were taken by those darn admins. Banning those darn civs. So is this a map that we would see something like Bengalis on? Or Tatars? I feel like I don't know, like, even if you're able to just get a cannon galleon, even if it's not elite, I feel like that can still do some really good damage if you get that middle pawn control. I just looked at Otter's post in Discord, and he said the rivalry with a surprisingly short history of 1v1 matches for being a rivalry. That's how I feel like me and Be Easy. I feel like we're like the friendliest rivals to have ever rivaled. Like we've definitely, I don't know if we've actually 1v1 against each other, but we've definitely been in team games with each other for a very long time. So to be able to go against him in a competitive setting was way cool. Let me see what we got for game 3. Alright, I think they're still hosting it. Or I just... Nope. It's happening. And the map begins with an A. Nope. There we go. All right, we got some predictions for game 3. DM team games? Why, you don't like them? All right, no more than 20 points, guys. Yeah, Brisolyn. Yeah, the Brisolyn assemble. All right, predictions up. No more than 20 points. Otter, boOmstik. Winner takes all. Who wants the olives in the jar? Hey, Stray King, how's it going? Guys, the Stray King is doing a very important match later against Nope. It decides who's second in our division, and I do believe the Mojito Monday will be streaming it. It is a little bit past my bedtime, so I don't know if I'll be awake for it. But if I could time travel, I'd be there. Alright, we want to see Bombard Cannon. We want to see drama. Okay? Are we ready for this? Ethiopians versus Teutons. Alright, we got the capture age is rolling on up. Oh my gosh, where did my capture age go? Skip the meeting. It's my match. Stray King's like, hello, I'm important. Alright, we have Ethiopians as Otter. I don't know why I said it that way. Otter is the Ethiopians and boOmstik as the Teutons. So we're going to see Siege. Akare is Siege. So let's go Otter, let's go boOmstik. Let's see who you're cheering for in the chat. Listen to King. How does it feel to be the king? I do love that this map is kind of turned into a Siege palooza. A girl loves Siege. And we do have the early Shotel Warriors. If you're gonna pick a unique unit, spam them out of the castle immediately. So we have some early raids coming on in from Otter, which is just fantastic to see. Of course, these guys are much faster than the elite Teutonic Knights that are coming out of boOmstik's castle, so they might be able to do some early eco damage. Actually, boOmstik did a really good job defending against that. They are fast though. But these quick walls, oh no. I just saw that villager just deleted. But they didn't die. boOmstik has killed 30 units right now. That is actually wild. Okay, that villager went inside that town center so darn quickly, I thought they died. 31. Now it's 40 to 1. That KD is insane from boOmstik. Holy moly. And we have not seen Siege enter the building. It is currently a unique unit face-off with the addition of some champions. So now boOmstik is marching forth. Has already... Oh, he put his scout in the north. Okay. So we do see some early decisions there that boOmstik, he's not going to let these go without a fight. I do like the addition of the early trebs from Otter so that he can push back. Do we have some trebs coming on in from boOmstik? Yes, we do. We got 5 in the queue and a nice castle here to secure that push. Best thing about Ethiopians, the siege auditors. That was a great hit there. But these elite Teutonic Knights are just phenomenal raiding units. You just attack, move, patrol them in. They are doing so much damage here. They're taking down the onagers, they're taking down the halves. It is just destruction in this base right now. Oh, we are seeing archers! Elevid, the mind reader. We have these fantastic Ethiopian archers have entered the building. Okay, that is going to be the key. If he can make more of those archers, yes he is. He has 45 queued up and ready to go. The ARBs combined with the SO, and then I think he's cooled on the Shotel. He decided not worth it, getting shredded by the Teutonic Knights, and we're bringing forth the Wall of Trebs. This castle here gives Boom such a good position, and I don't think we're going to see a single dock in this game. I think this is going to be 100% land. We're going to see no sea, no sky, just land. Alright, so both onagers were taken out there, and Boom is currently patrolling in with... Oh no! The flattening! Yeah, he's patrolling in. No worries. Elite Teutonic Knights don't care. Okay, these arbs are shredding. Let's go, Arbalest. Alright. Fantastic decision. Will we see... Okay, so we're seeing a castle down here. He probably knows that if he were to put a castle here, it would be trebbed pretty quickly. So I really do love this position here. It's conservative, and it helps secure this gold here, and this is a massive gold pile. So really good decision making there from Otter, and just keep the push here. Trebwall versus Trebwall, and we see some Otter selling 2,000 food right now for gold. Yes, Teutonic Knights are the elephants of infantry. You know it. Okay, now we're seeing some Paladin coming in. I mean, those Teutonic Knights are expensive. We have 10,000 wood for boOmstik. Wow. I mean, considering the amount of siege he has made, I'm actually really surprised at how high that number is. So Otter currently needs to get on wood, so he has created these town centers back here to be on this beautiful straight wood line here. And Boom is doing the same. So this is another pivotal fight where we have these delicate archers. Delicate. Oh, no, 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 no. Okay, bombard cannons. The bombard cannons have entered. This is going to save the day. Keep these two bombard cannons alive, and we can do a real good push here. Alright, and then we have a couple of hussars in here. I do like the addition of those because sometimes the micro is a little bit difficult. Just send a hussar in to take these to take these onagers out. And we're playing a little dodgeball here on these rivers. You think Otter has it? I think Otter has it too. I think once he switched to Arbalest, the game is, you know, being tugged in his direction. But it's going to be difficult with the economy. boOmstik has the docks here. And what is he going to be doing with these docks is the question. Send some heavy demos down here? That's going to be scary. Hey Daboose, how's it going? Yeah, siege onagers really are the counter to everything. That's why I love them. They're just guaranteed drama. I mean, 5 relics, and it's already producing so much gold. I really do like, though, that Otter has almost 60 vills on gold. Enjoying your day off? So am I. It is very nice. You know, just we got a ton of snow, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm just watching some great Age of Empires. That was a very difficult place to put a dock. I do like putting it in the north where, you know, your opponent might not even know it's there, and then you can send down the demos down whatever channel you want to use. These paladins could clean up these arbs if they circle them, and the siege onagers, so the tides might have just changed in this game. We are really even with the eco, really even with the military, and these demos, those demos that were there like a minute ago, they would have done so much damage with those arbs. But now he can sight them. He can just stop those demos before they do anything scary with these arbs. Tato ships. I would love to see how many units collectively these arbs have killed. because they really have been doing a great job on the field here. Oh, that's quite a long walk. Oh, we got the camps coming in. And more trebuchets for Otter. Are we going to see the return of the Elite Teutonic Knights? Or do we think it's going to be Paladin from here on out? I know, Zardis, I need Capture H Pro. I'm such a noob for not getting that. I casted like a month ago, and then I haven't casted since. So it like literally slipped my mind. But I need to get it. So I'm going to do that. I know, it's literally so cheap. I literally wrote a reminder. I was like, I need this. It is worth it. So yes, don't judge me too hard. Don't judge me. I did forget. It is so glaring when you have the little blurry things. It's monthly, but if you're casting or reviewing your own games, it is literally so helpful. I think my stream just dropped, but I'm not really sure why. It said I was disconnected, but now I'm connected. We're good? Okay, just Twitch trolling me. Well, it's just suddenly you forget that you know, are paying a subscription, and then, you know, 5 years later you're like, huh, what happened here? Okay. Oh, that's great. So Otter pulled back these arbs to this castle, so arrow fire from the castle and the arbs, but a bunch of these will get cleaned up. We're seeing the drama arrive in the north, so we actually have the Shotel warriors that are denying— oh no, they're so close, but they can't reach these camels. Bye, camels. This is very— it's halfway fortified. This castle's almost down. And then these relics are still on the top island, so whoever gets this top island can just take this monastery down, build theirs right next to it, and take all of them. The greatest heist of the century. But this is looking really difficult. This gold is going to be near impossible to secure. We have these 3 trebs here. These terrifying 9 siege onagers. Hey T West, how's it going? Yes, B, yes, that's what Rocket Money. They're like in the commercial with the pool, and they're like, how many subscriptions do you think you have? And they're like, I don't know, 2. And they're like, you have 50. Your life is ruined. You don't want to be that guy. Alright, so now this is a very difficult situation for Otter to be in. He does have the numbers. He has the arbs. He has the helms. He can stop these paladins, but can he stop the siege? So we really do need to see those bombard cannons. He can afford some bombard cannons with this economy. 50 subscriptions and they're all capture age. I know, we have T West in here. We gotta get a— oh my gosh, sorry, I'm so bad. I was trying to give a shout out and then I just like left my— there it is. Is this a shout out? Yep, there we go. I tried to give a shout out once and I typed Otter's name wrong. I'm like, please don't follow that. I don't know that guy. Crazy Joe, thanks for the 7. What is the significance of the $7? I appreciate that. Thank you, Joe. T West, you casting Deathmatch would be so much fun. We do have the playoffs happening soon, so there's going to be even more high-level content to come. So I really do want to take you up on that offer. Twitch takes 2, so you get 5. Oh, heck yeah! First month is on Joe. Oh my god, that villager split there was amazing. Villager micro. I think I might be out of the playoffs. That will be decided tonight. So the Stray King, depending on how he does, he's probably going to the playoffs. We will see. It's all decided at 10 p.m. Eastern. But I'm probably out for the playoffs. No, it's $5 for the rest of your life, Joe. I have faith in you, Stray. You're looking good. And Be Easy said his session with you went really well. So just trust in your ability. You've got this. You literally wiped the floor with me when we did Sunburn and you were Huns. So you know how to play this game. You got this. Oh, how did this paladin get in here and it's taking down these trebs? This is such a jerk. This is doing so much damage. This unnoticed paladin taking down all of the siege that Otter thinks he's gonna get. And he's still going. He has prevailed. Alright, so this might be the final push coming in from Boom. We have the starting castle has been knocked down. We have a castle now on Otter's turf. And units rolling on in for the raids. Boom's eco is also looking phenomenal. Coupled with the relic gold that he's almost gotten 3,000 gold from. But I think something that Otter has been really shining with throughout all of his games that I've seen is you rarely see an idle eco with Otter. He really pays attention to where his resources are coming in, and he does everything in his power to be like, back to work, back to work. He's not missing a dime when he's in charge of his eco. No, he's not playing bad at all. They're both playing so good. You know, obviously both civs have siege onagers, but these are two completely different civs that have their strengths, and there's also a map that has shenanigans going on. There's, you know, all these relics up here. There's these streams down here where you can literally send demolition ships. So it's like not as black and white as, you know, best player wins every game. There's so many nuances. But this was great map movement by boOmstik, and now he's taking that gold. Who's got the better scout line? I mean, probably... probably Ethiopians, just based on what I'm seeing. And we got the GG. You think Otter might have overcooked the Ethiopians? I think that was a really, really difficult match. Really difficult. I really liked the beginning. That was such a rush with the Teutonic Knights. You know, at the beginning it was just explosive pop. You know, and then it fizzled out. I really love a camel civ, so any chance I get to use one, that's my decision. But Griffin, you don't think that Ethiopians were the move on this map? I hate going against Teutons. They're such a difficult civ. Yeah, this was a really big move by Boom, and then we had Otter push back, Boom, and Otter so even, Otter pushing back, and then it was the fight to the finish. But I think when you have the drafts the way you do, and so many good civs are removed from either your opponent banning or admins banning, and you're left with something you're not comfortable with, decisions are made. So what do we have? Okay. That means that... So I actually thought Cumans were going to be picked that map, and they weren't. So Teutons were picked. Ethiopians were picked. This leaves Tatars, Bengalis, and Huns for Otter. Cumans, Dravidians, and Italians. And we have, oh, nope, wrong one. We have Immersion and Sunburn next. And we were thinking maybe we'd see Bengalis on Immersion, but I don't know. Maybe you just ignore the water and go Huns? You're gonna do some 1v1s. Good luck! Everyone wish Stray King good luck in his tournament games tonight. He goes against Nope in Division 10, has been practicing super hard. I want to see him do well. We all want to see him do well. So wish Stray King some luck. And he does play tonight. Hopefully it's cast. If not, the Rex will definitely be cast by someone. Someone will be picking up this game. Teuton power! Maybe the players are taking a little bit of a break before they jump on into the next one. I know I usually need to take a breather. So Griffin, so I actually can't cast that set because I had my own biased watching of it. So Eisen is my training partner and I watched it while he was playing. So I know everything that happens. I watched that outcrop game. I made my lunch during that outcrop game. It was a great set. But unfortunately I can't cast it because I know everything that happened. Bias Brisolyn? I would never. I am so impartial. I know, Gamer casted my set and he was like, you know, I was so biased towards you. And it's hard. 27-year-old Crazy Joe. That's it. Ooh, okay. So I need to end that prediction that definitely people entered. Yeah. Okay. Complete the prediction. And I'm going to start a new one. Remember, we're only doing this for like literally low stakes. You cannot bet more than 20 points. I want to keep it friendly. Oh, Joe, I owe you a wheel spin. The wheel is lost right now. I don't know where the wheel is. But I owe you a wheel spin. So we're gonna archive that. We're gonna table that. Oh, wow. You guys are gonna love this matchup. It is Immersion, Bengali, and Cumans. So remember, do not bet more than 20 points. I don't want to see more than 20 points being bet on anyone. You owe me 80,000 cabbages? Okay, you could just be saying that. What if you're lying to me? We have Cumans on Immersion, and we got Capture Age and Pause. All right. This is going to be extremely interesting. I guessed this matchup, and I don't know why I guessed it, but it's happening. So we have Otter as Bengalis and boOmstik as Cumans. Let's kick it. And of course, Bengalis, you know, they start with the 5 villagers, so really, really strong civ to be playing on Immersion. You can send one immediately to the docks. 2 on the stable, 1 on the house. So I really do like this quick start from Otter, where he's doing the house walls here. Alright, did Otter send his scout and I missed it? The scout's right there. Okay, but the Cuman rush is so difficult to defend against. So will Otter be getting these quick barracks out? Oh, Huns on Sunburn? I am so excited to see that. He'll definitely be picking that. Alright. The population is looking... It's a little bit of a tough start for Otter, but he does have this lake. So if he's able to get some good boats on here, he can keep this lake. And it's literally right in the middle of them. This is the lake you want map control of. So we have the Step Lancer rush. This castle is 75% of the way up. Will this castle go up though? These Step Lancers are so relentless and brutal. Especially being able to basically reach through the walls. It's so difficult to defend against them. And Otter is running out of villagers. He has 3 villagers left. And these 2 villagers here might be able to finish this castle. This castle needs to go up. Otherwise, Otter is not in this game. The castle is up. That is the saving grace. That might be able to be the one thing that is keeping this rush from... I don't know. He's going all in on the TC right now. And it is relentless from boOmstik. He has 80 more Step Lancers from where those came from. Do we think it's a good decision to go all in on this TC and just tank it? I think this might be GG. That's very unfortunate for Otter. Very good rush for boOmstik. Wow. And Otter has no decisions left. The TC is gone. He can't make any more villagers. 1 left. 89 military units on the map. Holy moly, what a game. Is that 4 minutes? Explosive pop. The humans are crazy. Just basically ignore everything you've ever known about playing a water map and just pure Step Lancer power. 89 is the high. Just human things. Just poking through walls. It's completely normal and fine. Yeah, almost 5 minutes. No need for water control. So that was definitely a really unfortunate start because I really did like the strategy with Bengalis. But, you know, with them being an elephant civ versus such a fast start to defend against, that means we have game 5 where, I mean, people are hoping it's gonna be Huns. I mean, I'm hoping it's gonna be Huns too. But what do we think boOmstik's going to pick? So Bengalis, Cumans. T-West, have you seen Sunburn yet? I can't believe this went to 5 games. It won't let me change the score, which is... I don't know. Maybe they're punishing me for not having pro. Oh, it's a best of 5. Okay, let me change that. This is not a best of 5. Help! Help! How do I go to the settings? Okay, here we go. Casting, it's not a play all 5. There we go. We're on the fly. We're troubleshooting on the fly. No pro yet? Joe, I was casting. I was busy. I was talking about stuff and things. But yeah, can't believe it went to game 5. Crazy. For those that don't know, we play all 5. Which is an interesting time because sometimes it's really fast and sometimes it's not. I had one set that was 2.5 hours and I've had one that was like 40 minutes. The 2.5 hours like destroyed my life force. I'm also not very efficient right now, Joe. Oh, we have our Sunburn game 5. 2 sets in 5.5 hours. Yes, you casted some long sets too. Mojito, I don't have the stamina you do. I'm way too high energy in my casting. So are you though, so I don't know how you do it. Maybe it's the hats. Once you change the hat, you get the energy. New hat, new vibe. Yeah, no, I feel like my voice would be gone. Yeah, in immersion, it's kind of like Four Lakes, where it just has such a fast start. I miss Four Lakes. All right, I've said it once, I've said it again. We got our game 5, where we have Italians versus Tatars, so we're actually not seeing Huns at all. Maybe Otter thought he was gonna go Dravidians and decided to go Tatars. But yeah, let's get into it. This is a super close map where you're divided by this. So it's going to be fast and furious. You are sending your scout, and usually there's, you know, a little bit of a hill between your opponents, so you want to capitalize on that quickly. We haven't seen many games where they're expanding across to the gold on the map. So are we going to see a Vil kill? Nope, it looks like this scout is going to focus down the Condottiero, and oh no, Otter did get a kill. Let's go. So we're going to see some Genoese crossbowmen. We're actually going to see a lot of them, which will pair quite well against the cavalry that Otter is queuing up, but we shall see if he's able to get these castles up. Now it's Otter's turn to have some fun with Steppe Lancers. And Boom is putting everything he's got into putting these castles up. Every single Vil he has is building a castle. So what civ wins this? I don't even have a prediction up. But what civ do I think? It depends what the army composition ends up being and who can get their buildings down. From Otter, we're getting a whole bunch of heavy cav archers. And for such a fast map where you're literally next to each other, this is a crazy start from boOmstik to go 4 castle start. But it's working. He's defended himself and has stayed in this. Tatar should win. I think with their siege and the Steppe Lancers and the heavy cav archers, you know, the composition Otter's currently building, I like what I'm seeing. But it's the Genoese crossbowmen and BBC that, you know, Boom will obviously be adding in, will cause some problems. Ooh, I think Tatar should be able to outmass Italians. We shall see. Currently the numbers are looking pretty good for the Otter one. And the interesting thing that I really like about Sunburn is you pick a side and you push that side. But this side has a really juicy hill on it denying that gold. So boOmstik is picking that side and Otter is going to lose that gold if Boom can fully commit to this. And Otter on this side is denying this gold. Both golds here. So I actually really like the side that Otter's pushing, but he's going to have to divide his forces to keep this from entering his base. Once this castle's done, there's not too much protecting here. Obviously, there's not much eco yet. The game just started. Trying to go all in to secure your position. These castles are producing the Genoese crossbowmen, but Boom will have to answer to these castles, and he's castle creeping across this side. This is the 4th castle that Otter has built on this side of the map, but Boom has answered it with 9 trebuchets. And I think he can actually, can he range all of them from here? This is unfortunate here with the cav archers dying to castle fire a little bit, but hang on. What is attacking? Yep, the Trebs Can these trebs, right? Doesn't Tatars have like crazy treb range? Yeah, those are able to get that castle. The rams would be a great addition to soak up the arrow fire. But we have skirms here, and someone's trying to build a castle. This is a crazy position to try to build a castle on land that you have not fully won yet. Otter is staying in this. Otter can deny this castle if he just plops these trebs, takes down that castle, and this has already been starting to build, so that would be a big deny of stone. Are these skirms taking down the bombard cannons, is the question. This is really, really good aggression here. The military numbers are looking a little bit similar in count, but it's the eco for Otter. Otter has secured the back eco. He's already got the gold, he's got the farms, he's got the lumberjacks. And he's still keeping the aggression going on this side. And the elite Keshiks have entered the chat. Do we have some relic gold coming in? Soon, I'm sure. I am surprised we haven't seen some rams come in, but I think Otter's probably thinking that he wants to feel like he's pushing before he has the rams added into the composition. Right now it feels like if he's fully committing to this side, Boom's fully committing to this side, it's like who's gonna get there first? If these bombard cannons connect with these trebs, that is a really, really difficult position for Otter. But Boom doesn't have anything to replenish his military with. Otter went all in on denying that ego. And soon it will show. Yeah, raiding the back eco was a great decision by Otter. And this castle creeping is still working. He was actually able to continue his eco along the castles, which I really do love. And he should be in a good position to take this castle if he so chooses. It's just this onager and these Genoese crossbowmen. I think that's the plan. He's keeping the onagers to this side and keeping the full military to this side. I keep hearing like the sheep's baaing. Like what's going on? Yeah, these Keshiks are attacking these town centers, stopping any eco from happening. And Boom is just trying to build that castle, and he cannot. So Otter takes game 5. Nice, Otter! Otter ending with the win. Yes, that's what we wanted to see. We really wanted to see Otter take a game. And what a fun matchup. It wasn't what we thought it would be at all. I mean, I thought it would be Dravidians and then Huns or something. Otter, you played very well. We had a lot of fun guessing your picks. That's the thing. There's been a lot of, like, you know, the score doesn't tell the full story situations, especially in this tournament. Hey Mulks, how's it going? Yeah, Mojito and I are here because of you, Otter. I'm here today, especially because of you. The casting part is nice. You have Zardis, you have me, you have Lucky, who hasn't even played Deathmatch, but has become a staple in the Deathmatch casting community. Everything connected to your games. I mean, if it makes you feel better, we all had a lot of fun watching them, and they were high-level gaming content. Especially, okay, can we get some hype for the hyper random? That was literally weird reeds all over the side of the map and just gold piles. That hyper random map was wild. But Otter, you should definitely be proud of your performance. You and boOmstik both played really well, and Honestly, I was cringing so hard at the draft when I saw the admin bans come in, and it was just goodbye, Siege. Bye, Slavs. Bye, everything you've ever loved. You're not doing Siege this game. Yeah, boom. Thank you for the fun games to cast. We had a blast watching them. So, thank you both for the time you put into preparing. You clearly both prepared for this tournament and had strategies, and we had a blast watching it. So, yeah, everyone, let's get some hype for Boom and Otter. We had a lot of fun predicting. I know, I hope you can still find the fun with it. It sucks losing, but you competed. You didn't give up, and you put yourself out there. Are there any others that are casting today? I unfortunately only have one set in me. I'm a one and done gal. So I'm going to see if there's anyone that is also streaming. If there's anyone that's like, hey, I'm going to go live, host me, please let me know. But if anyone has any questions for the players, we literally have the players in the chat. We have boOmstik, we have Otter. My question is for game 5. We thought for sure we'd see Huns. So, I was just curious if maybe you thought Boom was going to pick Dravidians, so you didn't pick Huns. But, that was one thing we were thinking about. But